Hi there, my name is Mark Lozelle. I'm the business website director at Healy Consultants Group PLC in Singapore. I have with me this afternoon Raka Banerjee. She's a senior client engagements manager also at our Singapore office. And Raka is here today to talk to us briefly about a recent engagement she completed whereby she helped a client of ours open a corporate bank account in the Central American country of Panama. Raka, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Mark, and it's lovely to be with you here.
Likewise. Raka, tell me about this engagement. I mean, our normal engagements include company setup, bank accounts, and various other sort of business setup services. This one was relatively simple. Will you tell us a little bit about it, please?
Sure. So this was an engagement for one of our existing clients, Singapore company. The client engaged us for their international corporate bank account opening for the Singapore company. The client provided consulting services for merchants and payment services. And a little bit information and background about the client. They are experts in payment services and consulting industry. They also have their business in the UK, in Asia and Europe. And as a part of their expansion plans, they wanted us to secure multiple corporate bank accounts for their Singapore company.
Very good. And why did they pick Panama, Raka?
So I will briefly describe about our corporate bank account opening process. So before approaching banks or selecting which bank our client should go ahead with, the first thing we do is prepare a detailed business plan. So the business plan essentially describes the business activities, financial information, and details of the customers and suppliers and the jurisdictions of operation for the business. Once the business plan is finalized and signed off, thereafter we approach multiple banks in all the jurisdictions where our clients would have their customers, suppliers, and intended business activities. And following that, we provide a short list of banks to our clients that provide a preliminary confirmation of interest for boarding their business. And consequently here, one of the Panama banks confirmed their interest to board our clients. And our client was also interested to proceed with them, given their excellent online banking facilities, as well as the multi-currency accounts that they were providing. So that is the reason we advanced with this Panama bank.
Sure, and just give us a little bit of an indication of how it went with the bank. What were the formalities like, and sort of timeframes and things like that.
Sure. So once we submitted the business plan that we prepared for the client to the bank did an initial screening of the business plan and requested for some basic due diligence documents of the directors, shareholders, and bank signatory. It took approximately 1 week for the bank to complete their initial screening. After the initial screening was completed, they provided us with the account opening forms. And Healy Consultants assisted our clients to pre-fill the forms. Then our client duly reviewed them, signed off, and then we submitted the entire account opening package to the bank in Panama. Thereafter, it took almost 2 weeks for the bank's internal compliance team to thoroughly review the application as well as complete the background and verification checks of all the directors, shareholders, and bank signatory, following which we successfully secured the account numbers. After securing the account numbers, our bank officers also conducted a short video conference with the beneficial owner of the business and for the verification purposes. And after that, they couriered the banking tokens to our client's place of residence.
Very good. It sounds straightforward. I'm sure, as with many engagements, there were some challenges, particularly in the current environment of COVID. Will you just tell us a little bit about if there were any challenges and what they were?
The main challenge here was many of the banks which we were approaching required the clients to travel, which, as you rightly pointed out, that in the current COVID environment was a big challenge. So many of the banks consequently also rejected to board the business. So it took some time to find out the appropriate solution for the clients, and which did not require the client to travel as well. And this bank luckily assisted us and understood the current circumstances and the restrictions, and we were able to successfully board our client's business.
Fantastic. In a nutshell, Raka, just tell us any takeaways, any learnings that you had from this engagement.
One of the key learnings would be we have started maintaining an inventory of banks which have revised their onboarding strategies based on the current travel restrictions. This is allowing us to provide very precise solutions to our clients and not waste time on banks or service providers which require travel and are not able to exempt travel even in the current situation and circumstances.
Sure. Raka, thank you very much for your time. To anyone listening to this recording, you can find out more about our Panama business setup services, including bank accounts, on our website, healyconsultants.com. You'll be able to find the Panama pages there in the search function. And Raka, thank you again for your time, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.